Yes, love. I've just called. I said that I'd received a telephone call a week ago, waiting a call back. Receptionist weren't very nice, if I'm honest. I've just listened to the call that I'd taken a week ago. I got transferred through to a man called James. That's all I can provide you because that's all he provided me on the telephone call. But the receptionist transferred me through to somebody called James.
Right. James is not actually in the office today.
Well, yeah, if his seniors are in, by all means, because like I said, when I've called a week ago in relation to a murderer walking the streets on a bunch of lies where I've got evidence to show that, and all I got from Rotherham probation is that, how do you know he's under us? I find that pretty alarming.
Can you tell me the person's name?
Graham Walsh.
What's your name, please?
Jason Lowe.
Is this person known to James, who you asked for?
I ain't got a clue, love, but I can tell you that Graham Walsh is married, he's got 2 children, he lives in Kimberworth. Right. I live 5 minutes away from him, sweetheart. I'm getting to the point where I'm really wanting to take laws into my own hands because I've had enough of this country, I've had enough of this government, and its bureaucracy. For 11 and a half years, I was abused in care. For 22 years, I've been fighting for that apology. Even though they admitted in court that they abused me. You see, so I'm coming to the end of my tether.
If I can hang on for a moment, I've just got a busy area at the moment. Can I get a manager to have a word with you?
Yeah, because like I said, look, I'd like to know why, after this man, and like I said, I've got the entire conversation.
If you hold the line a minute then, just a moment.
Yeah, this guy James were telling me they're going to give me a call back, get a victim awareness to get in contact with me and all sorts. And a week later, I'm still sat here waiting. And he fights to try and get justice and get stonewalled by the people who are supposed to provide that justice. It's no wonder people turn to terrorism. Because as a British national, I hate this country. Hello.
Hello, just a moment, please.
Hello.
I'll just transfer you to a manager. Just a moment.
Oh, that's really hard.
Hello, Simon speaking.
Hi, mate. Has the receptionist explained to you the situation?
I think you made a call and spoke to one of my colleagues, James, last week.
Yeah, where he promised me a call back.
Right. Just want to explain to me what the issue is.
Right. A man who has to report to you on a regular basis, a man called Graham Walsh, 32 years ago, murdered my girlfriend and my baby. Now that man got let out on licence. Now I know to get let out on licence, you have to show remorse for the offence of what you've been locked up for. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario. Imagine on the 30th anniversary, so this is how long I've been chasing this matter up, because now we're into the 32nd anniversary. Is it on the 30th anniversary, you're at a friend's barbecue, a little bit upset, your friends are talking to you, because they know for the last 30 years, you've gone to a crematorium and paid your respects to this lady who died 30 odd years ago. And when you start going into the details of the story, the story sounds very familiar to themselves. Apart from one thing, the details on who were murdered. Now also at this party is the stepbrother of one of your friends. He overhears this conversation, and it turns out, long story short, this guy is a stepbrother of the murderer. So I'm in a room with family members of this murderer, and there weren't just one, there was his stepmother, stepfather, all in this room, who knew the story that I was saying, but in a different way. And it transpires that for 30 odd years, him and his entire family have led the lie that he murdered a man. Came home, found his girlfriend in bed with a man, killed him. not that he murdered a 17-year-old pregnant girl. So there's very little remorse being shown when him and his entire family have led this lie for 30 years. I have documentation to prove this. I have wording from his own family members apologising to me that they didn't know, that they are so sorry. I've had family members writing to me saying that they have disowned that side of the family for this lie. But yet, all that Rotherham probation were concerned about is that I found out he's under Rotherham probation. I'll go one step further. The guy lives in Kimberworth Park. I live a 5-minute drive away from there. Do you know how resilient I have been in not wanting to take the law into my own hands? Now, you may say that would be very foolish. Well, then that's when you start researching who Jason Andrew Lowe is. I don't really care about bureaucracy. I don't really care about red tape. I try walking down those lines because that's as citizens what we have to do. But when those lines start getting broken because of bureaucracy and red tape, then I'm not the person that you want to get tangled up in bureaucracy and red tape.
So I think I'm going to have to call the police, Jason, because it sounds to me like you're making a threat for them.
I'm not making a threat at all. I'm asking probation services and the Ministry of Justice what they intend on doing when they are being made aware of that a man who they have under licence and reports to them was released from jail on pretence that he has shown remorse when there is evidence to show contrary.
So, have you got a victim that's involved in
excuse me, I think this is why I'm recalling today, is because a week ago I had to speak with your colleague James, who promised me a call back, also talked about victim awareness. You know, I've got emails from years ago from victim awareness. Number you've got because it comes up on the system. You want any personal information on me? Not a problem, because I'm not the one committing an offence. I'm not the one allowing an injustice to take place. You are that. You are the agency that are responsible for that.
We can't speak to you about somebody else that's on our...
Right, well, I'm bringing to your attention that a man under your licence rules, whereby I've got evidence. What you should be more concerned with is, Mr. Lowe, we find this very concerning that a man has been released from jail on licence of what you are telling us was based on a fact of lies. We would have to investigate this matter, Mr. Lowe. Are you able to provide us the evidence of what you say to show this, and we will investigate the matter? That's what I should be hearing from yourselves.
That's what you think you should be hearing from us.
No, that's